Alright fam, I appreciate you guys stopping by and taking a few minutes here at the Vapor Vice with me. Today we are going to be going over a new tank that has hit the market, and a lot of people are talking about this tank, calling this tank the Subtank killer, the Atlantis killer, all these different things. Well, I just so happen to be a huge fan of the Subtank Mini. So anything that they tag a title to Subtank Killer, I definitely have to take a look at this for myself because I'm a big, huge fan of that tank. So if it's better, then chances are I'm going to own that tank. Well, here's what the box looks like. This is the Joytech Delta 2. Nice packaging. I mean, as you can see, pretty much like all Joytech stuff. Pretty decent. Let's go ahead and go over a few of the specs that I know of, and then we'll dig into this tank and kind of go from there. And then definitely at the end of the video I want to show you guys what it does, and then we'll talk about my opinions and see if I think this tank is worth the investment or if you should stick with what you have. Alright guys, things that I do know off the top of my head about this tank is it does hold 3.5 mils of juice. The atomizer inside has an adjustable valve, so you can control the amount of juice that's hitting your coil, which is kind of nice because if you open it all the way up, you can hit your higher VGs, and if you want to, go with your more PG type juices, you can just close it off, and you're not ever really stuck with one particular type of juice. So that's kind of a nice feature. It is a stainless steel solid tank, and it does have 3 ports in it where you can kind of see what your juice levels are looking like. Let's go ahead and enough talk about all that, and let's just get into it, and I want to vape this thing and see what it does. Alright, let's go ahead and dig into this thing. We've got the Joytech Delta 2. I've already unboxed this just to kind of get a little familiar with it before we got in. As you open up the box, you have your warranty card, and then here you have it. You have a solid stainless steel with adjustable airflow. As you can see on the bottom down here, you've got the airflow that adjusts, and that's airflows on both sides, so as you open it up it does the same on the other side. It's a very nice tank, very solid built. Comes with a I guess you would call that wide bore drip tip, but it is what it is. It holds 3.5 mils of juice, and it also comes with, it doesn't come with this, you can purchase separately the RBA base, so you can actually build your own. So as you can see, I mean, it's a very solid tank, nice tank. It's a little big for my liking, but that's not a deal breaker by any means. You've got 3 little glass ports here, which I'm having trouble showing you, but you can kind of keep an eye on your juice levels in there. Alright, this thing also comes with an extra coil. This coil is something else. You have a valve control here that will allow the juice flow to be decreased or increased depending on your juice that you're vaping. If you have a high VG juice, you can open this thing all the way up and it will allow that juice to pass through that much easier. Or if you're more of a 50-50 blend or whatever, more PG than VG, however, you can close this thing down and it will cut the juice off. So that's kind of a nice feature. As you can see in here, you've got a pretty nice sized chamber. You've got your organic cotton, and it's 1 or 0.5 ohms. Alright, let's go ahead and jump back out. Okay guys, now that we've taken a quick look at this thing, let's go ahead and play around with some wattages on it. I've got the new iStick 50, which I've just received today, which I will be doing a review on that as well, so stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start this thing. As you can see, we're going to fire it off at 20 watts and see what we got. Okay, at 20 watts it really doesn't even fire the coil that much. Flavor's muted. Let's go ahead and take it up another 5 watts, see what we got. Okay, we are at 25 watts. Okay, that's a little better. So flavors better, vapor production's better. Let's take this thing up to 35 because I got a feeling that this coil is made for higher wattages, because you can just tell 20 and 25 is not even really fire in this thing. Okay, at 35 watts, this thing starts to perform. Dense vapor, good flavor, and I feel like there's more to be had here. So let's go ahead and take this guy up to 40 watts. Just give me a second to get this thing up here and I will show you. Okay, we are at 40 watts. Okay, at 40 watts, I mean, it's fantastic. It's on par flavor-wise, I would say, with the Subtank. Vapor production's pretty good too. Let's push this thing a little further. 45 watts. And I do have the air holes all the way opened up. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll go ahead and give you a little demonstration of the air holes. I don't know how well you could see it in the earlier close-ups, but it opens up the same on both sides and closes the same, so you've got equal airflow. Okay, guys, we are sitting at 45.2 watts. Let's go ahead and fire it. Man, I tell you what, the higher the wattages go on this, the better it performs, which is surprising because I'm used to the Subtank that does that on lower wattages. But this one, if you like the warmer vapes, this one here is where you want to be. You know what, just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and push it up to 50 and see what she does. Okay, at 50, flavor's still really good, vapor's still really good, but I feel like it's starting to dry out. And it's pretty close to a dry hit at 50. I'd say the range on this thing was perfect, anywhere from 35 to 45. That's all a matter of personal preference. For me, I would say this thing's probably best right at about 40 watts, which is pretty outstanding for a tank. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Alright, thanks, and I'll see you on the next episode.